So we're gonna be talking about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, let's do it.
We in the building.
So I'm Joshua, media and film. I'm a photographer, videographer out of Chattanooga.
Hey, they call me Warren Johnson, aka Bowtie Johnson. I have did entrepreneurship since I was 21 years old, and I just want to basically put people down on what needs to happen, in order for them to put themselves in position. But I'm gonna pass the mic.
Oh, I'm in the building. Yara Strickland. I'm ready.
You
Let's
ready?
go.
We at Urban Check Podcast Studio in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Urban Chat.
Let's
For
go.
sure.
So what?
So,
We want to talk about.
Joshua, go ahead and tell them your entrepreneurship experience.
So I started in 2020, COVID or whatever, and I always wanted to do photography and videography work. I used to do it in high school, and I just made it my baby. So been doing some model shoots, weddings, and all type of events throughout the city and all in other cities as well. So yeah, it's just something that I've taken the task of doing.
So, I have done it all. Um,
Literally, I know. Yes, you have.
so I have done trucking, real estate, but what I have learned with entrepreneurship is about passive income, not linear income. Linear income is when you basically take the time to basically spend to be able to make money. And it's basically you taking all your time away from your family, you're taking all your time away from yourself to be able to do something that's extraordinary. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, passive income is the best way to go. Being able to make money while you sleep. Being
Yes.
able to create opportunities while you sleep. A lot of times we want to get in business, but a lot of times we don't have the bandwidth to be able to, spend that time doing business. So it's very important that we take the time out to really critically think on what that is and what our dream is and what we're trying to do. But whatever that dream is, it needs to be passive income, not linear income. And I say this because I spent a lot of time trying to figure this out from 21 to 31. I finally figured it out. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I thought, it was all about linear income. So I would stay up 24, 26 hours
So,
working on my business, but
question,
I didn't have the business working for me.
question. So, explain what linear is to people that may not know what linear is.
So linear income is when you basically work the hours to make the income. You working 8 to 5. You start a business and you working 12, 13, 14 hours
Hmm.
trying to figure it out. But at the same time, like I said, you trying to use your time, your health, your wealth.
Health is everything with
You
linear.
trying to use everything you got to try to make money. Most of the time, it don't work out. You got to have investments, and you got to have businesses that run itself, and that's what's most important. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people get into business thinking that they can just start a business and they can work it 5, 6, 7 days a week, but the whole reason for getting into the business is for financial wealth, for financial freedom. We all get into entrepreneurship so that we can free ourselves from the time that we spend to make money,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And if we still spending that same time to make money, then we're not, you know, progressing. We're not going to the next level. So for myself, you know, what I have really have came to the conclusion is that it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort in figuring out how can I make money work for me? How can I make the money when I'm asleep
That's deep.
and I don't wake up until 9 a.m.? Am I still making money? I need myself to go make the money. So that's a lot of stuff that you need to think about. Also with entrepreneurship, you got to think about the position that you're in. You can't do it by yourself.
Right.
You
I
gotta
was
have a
gonna say that.
team. You gotta have a
Have a
team.
team. Yep.
You know what I mean? If you don't have a team, then you can't get very far
Wake up
because
over there.
it takes a team to be able to progress and it takes a team to be able to get to the next level.
What you think about it?
For me,
Yeah, you. I had one too many drinks.
yeah, I did, but you know,
1, 2 steps here,
I
2
think
steps.
it's a wonderful thing. Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. H said you're putting that poor lady to sleep.
Oh, boy, you put her to sleep, bro.
Who said that?
Yeah.
But I think it's a wonderful thing. I think that he has so much. Damn, I'm sleeping.
Hey, you pick the next topic. We need to wake you up.
Don't wake me up.
But check this out. Real talk, man. There's so many blacks that's uneducated on how to start a business, when to start a business, when to move the business, when to step away from their 8 to 5, when to start their 8 to 5 and work the business. It's so many questions. Okay, so I'm finna sum it up for y'all because I've been there.
7 up.
And I've been there in that situation. You shouldn't leave your 8 to 5 until you got a certain amount in savings. You got a certain amount that actually build up from you doing the business, and the business is running itself. But the business needs to be self-sufficient. The business can't count on you running the business. If the business can run itself, then you're safe to move from your 8 to 5. But if the business can't run itself, you're not safe. You need to keep working your 8 to 5. So a lot of people work the 8 to 5 and do second streams and third streams of income, residuals, you know, to be able to make money. But here's the secret. Here's the secret of it all. The secret is you have to be able to understand how business works. And business don't works overnight. It takes 1 to 2 years for your business to grow. And once your business grow, you can then start making decisions. But until then, you gotta work that 8 to 5, my brother. It is what it is. And a lot of people think
But
that
what if it's not a brother?
sister, brother, sister, you know, like you got to work the 8 to 5. It don't take a lot, but it do take strategic strategy, takes planning, it takes a lot of logic. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of thinking to be able to, you know, go into the business understanding that hey, this business is not gonna supply my every need. This business is not gonna supply everything that I need for my bills. But what this business can do is it can be surplus. And surplus is what we all need. Surplus is what we all looking for to be able to get ahead. When you can start receiving surplus, surplus can then help you step away from your 8 to 5. But you can't step away from your 8 to 5 linear income if you don't receive a surplus. And like that's the biggest hardest decision to make. And a lot of entrepreneurs, what they like to do is, hey, I got a dream, I believe in it, I'm just gonna trust it, and I'm just gonna step out on faith, and I'm just gonna jump, and I ain't gonna think about no repercussions. But guess what, my brother? If you jump too soon, it will be repercussions. It will be something that you can't bounce back from. So everybody need to make sure that, with entrepreneurship, that they're doing everything they can to dot their I's, cross their T's, and make sure that they're getting everything that they need for as all the resources, all the education to be able to do what they trying to do. Entrepreneurship can go to the next level.
Mhm.
All right, we need to juicing this up. My God. Gotta do something else. What do you think? What do you think? We need to get you involved over there.
Okay, what about like, do it have to be just like what he was talking about?
Nah, because you was going to sleep. So you need to
Oh,
wake up.
I was going to
Yeah,
sleep.
you sleep.
Where you from?
I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
What's going on in Knoxville?
Nothing.
I feel you.
Nothing.
So what do you do?
I am a CNA right now. I'm I'm going into nursing school.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, good luck on that. We need nurses. We need a lot of
It's
them.
hard. Yeah.
It's a lot of work. when
But
you
I'm
get in
going.
there. Hey,
I'm gonna do it.
okay.
Uh,
Look at us on TV. You see
why
that?
you laughing? Why he laughing?
I don't know. Ask them.
Why you laughing?
Hey, I'm always happy, man. The reason why I'm happy because it's always opportunity to be a better version of yourself.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are trying to be a better version of themselves, but the only way you can tap in is by definitely diversifying, your portfolio, but at the same time looking at other opportunities and not limiting yourself to, you know, lower possibilities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, there's so many people out here that got so much potential, but that potential is never reached to the next level
Right.
because they don't tap into their resources. They don't tap into who they know. They don't tap into who they are. They don't tap into nothing. You know what I mean?
Why do you
So
think that though?
so they stay the same because they feel like they just. I really feel like a lot of people feel like
They can't do it.
they can't do it.
Mm.
You know,
I think that a lot of people a lot of people tap into like I'm a speak for the medical field. Um, a lot of people tap into the nursing part because um they don't really have the heart. They do it for the money.
I've heard that
And
actually.
I've seen it. I see it every day. Like they only do it for just like the money and
A
stuff.
check.
Yep. And they don't have the heart for it. And I don't know. I feel that way.
I have a cousin that's also in the medical field, and she actually like went on Facebook saying the same thing that you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Folks need to stop picking that and thinking that because it comes with a lot. Nursing, you
whole
have
lot.
to be a person. You got to be a personable person. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so it's more than just
Like I have a
collecting the check.
friend. She's best friends with a girl that just got her nursing, like her LPN and stuff.
Mhm.
But like she is the girl that I'm friends with is like she do her and stuff like that or whatever.
Mhm.
And she was telling me the other day, she was just more like she was like, she was like, most people that I know that's in the nursing field, she was like, they doing it. She was like, they don't really have the heart to do it. And she was like, just like her, she was like, you don't got the heart to do it. And I was just telling her, I was like, she was like, basically, she was just saying like, basically, she was talking about their friendship or whatever.
Mhm.
And she was like, that she feel like she envy her and stuff
Envy
like that.
her.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, the per- uh, the person that envy you, they're gonna stay close. They're gonna watch you. They're gonna do what they want. They're gonna do. They're gonna watch you. They're gonna do like watch everything you do.
That's an influence.
Yeah, they're gonna do. They're gonna watch everything you do, just because. And I was like, but some people that they don't have the heart to do what they do or whatever. But you like you got the business or whatever, and
Mhm.
you wanna, she making the money and stuff like that or whatever. I was like, she gonna watch everything you do, and she wanna know how much money you make, because she said that she was just basically like asking her like how much money you make or whatever and this and that, whatever. I was just like, just them type of people you gotta watch.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Just like I don't know, it's just different.
So,
Yeah, sound like a lot.
so to the entrepreneurs out there that's trying to start a business, you want to be a business credit. The first thing you got to do, you got to have a brick and mortar. You got to have an address. If you don't got an address, you can go to ipostal.com. iPostal will basically give you uh, basically a brick and mortar without having a brick and mortar. It's a PO. It's a PO box that basically trace back to whatever address you want to forward it to. Okay. The next thing you need to have an online presence. You need to have a domain. So you can always get online and go to GoDaddy. GoDaddy have some self-sufficient,
Wix is also a good one.
engines that you
Yeah.
can use to be able to set up your business. Okay. Once you do that, you need to set up your Duns and Bradstreet. Okay. Duns and Bradstreet means everything to the business world because that tells the business
Thank
world
you.
how many assets you own. It
Thank
also
you.
tells the business world if you are financially fit to be able to, go to the next level. So you need to make sure you have a Duns and Bradstreet. But while you got the Duns and Bradstreet, you need to be able to be your 30 net credit with every business, whether it's Experian, whether it's Equifax, it don't matter. You need to be able to have a 30-day net. So you can do 30-day net accounts. You got Sam's Club, you got Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got a lot of different 30-day nets that's online. If you type in Google 30-day nets, it's probably like 20 or so. It's going to come up and you can start building your business, but you want to make sure you got your Duns and Bradstreet, you got your brick and mortar set up. Once you got your brick and mortar set up, what you want to try to do is then try to build your business credit. Your business credit is going to put you in a position to where you can borrow $250,000 or more credit. Well, how can I borrow $250,000 or more credit? You also got to have individual credit. You got to have a 680 or more credit score. You can't have a 420 credit score signing as a PG, which is a personal guarantor, and trying to borrow $250,000. They are going to decline you. So if you want to get approved, you got to make sure your personal credit is where it needs to be. If your personal credit is not where it needs to be, you need to seek financial advice. You got a lot of credit repair companies down here. You got a lot of financial companies that can help you get to where you need to be. Now, once you got all of that in place, you can borrow the money, and you got the Duns and Bradstreet, you got the EIN number, you got the Hamilton County license, you got the county license if you're not from Chattanooga. Like you got everything in place. Then at that time, you can pursue, a business loan. You can pursue business funding. You can pursue a business grant. But you gotta have all that stuff in place.
Mhm.
A lot of people miss out on opportunity because they're not positioned to be able to do it. And it's really sad because a lot of times they're not educated to be able to go to the next level. So what they do is they try to apply for stuff that they don't qualify for. And they try to basically move before they can really be able to move. So I challenge everybody, if you're an entrepreneur, you gotta have all this stuff in place. You gotta have the brick and mortar. You gotta have an internet presence. Go ahead and get your Facebooks. Go ahead and get you know, your your internet presence to a point to where everybody can follow you to the next level, and everybody can follow you and see what you're doing. Also, if you don't have a phone line, you can buy a 1-800 line. You can literally get online and you can go to like Grasshopper. I used to use Grasshoppers. It's a 1-800, but it also connects all of the people that's trying to do business with you to your personal line. But what happens is a lot of times we try to use our 423, and I can't tell you how many people I see that got businesses that be like businesses243 at gmail.com. That no. You can't do that. You gotta create a domain. You gotta set yourself up. People want to do business with people that they know that's legitimate. And if you're not legitimate, people not gonna do business with you. So it's time to be woke for all the entrepreneurs that's trying to do business. Y'all got all these dreams, and y'all sitting at the house, and y'all want to borrow money, and y'all want to borrow money from banks, and y'all wonder why y'all getting declined. Y'all wonder why y'all can't go to the next level. It's because y'all not positioned to be able to do it. You got to position yourself. The next thing you gotta have deposits into your bank account at least 1 year to 2 years. You can't ask a bank for $250,000 and you don't have no deposits into a business account. So the next thing you need to do is set a business account up in your LLC name, no matter what that account is. I don't care if you got to put your personal money into the business account. It just needs to show deposit. It needs to show consistent funding so banks can trust to basically do business with you. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna let somebody else talk. I don't want to talk too much.
If you like what you hearing, give a like, share, subscribe. We're gonna take a little commercial break. And we're gonna be right back. You got Warren Johnson. You got Joshua Johnson. And
Johnson's in here.
yeah,
There you go.
in the building.
See, Ever Strickland.
There you go.
In the building at Urban Chat Studio. We'll be right back, y'all. Just sit tight. We're gonna run a quick
Peace.
commercial break. And thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights.
Hey, and we back.
We here.
Hey, we back. We had
1,
to
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic check.
Joshua in the building. Bow tie.
Johnson.
My entrepreneurship. He broke it down on what you need.
What you need.
Hey.
What you need, man. Real talk. I see so many African Americans that try to do business, but they don't have everything in place to be able to do business. Everything in life, even entrepreneurship, is about positioning. So if you're not in the right position when the time comes, then you're not going to be able to achieve opportunity. So everybody that's listening to me right now, like you need to basically put yourself in position. Don't have a business name that's not recognized by the Secretary of State. If I go to Secretary of State and I search your business, I should be able to find you because you live in the state of Tennessee. Unless you did your business international or you decided to do your business somewhere else. But most businesses should be able to be researched by the Secretary of State. And also, if you're LLC or you're a corporation, you should also be doing annual reviews. You should also be updating who your officers are. You should be updating, you know, what owners are part of the business. If you don't do that, then it easily can be, removed or it can be expired because you didn't update, the officers or you didn't update the corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make sure you got your ducks in line. You know what I mean? I see so many people doing business and they say, well, I own such and such LLC, and then I can't find you online. You don't have an online presence. You don't have a Google. You don't have, you know, a Secretary of State, registration. You don't have the license from Hamilton County. So just make sure you got your ducks in a row. And if you want to do business with the government, you gotta go online and you gotta register with SAM.gov. You gotta have a registration number. You gotta have a government registration number.
So how do the fees look for those? Those?
Yeah. So couple of things like what I did to like be a Black minority business in the state of Tennessee. I spent $300 to basically be able to register, but I had to provide birth certificates and I had to provide other things to be able to prove that I was a minority business.
Mm-hmm.
But once you prove that, they got a panel that sits down and they would approve you. And once you're a minority enterprise, you can then start going after grants and you can start going after other things that basically approve you as a minority. And then you can start at that point trying to see whatever your focal point is.
Right.
But a lot of people, what they do, they basically try to go out of government contracts. They not register with SAMS.gov. They don't have a UIG number. They don't have a Duns and Bradstreet number. They don't have a Hamilton County number. They don't have an address, whether it's our postal, whether it's, brick and mortar, like come on, guys. Like we gotta do better,
But if
man.
they don't know, they
We
don't
got
know.
we
That's
gotta
why
do
they
the
listen in.
business better.
Mhm.
And like I said, a lot of times it's just we're not educated on what we
Knowledge.
need to do. But like I said, it's a lot of people that's already got this stuff, and I commend you. I'm proud of you. But like I said, it's a lot of people that don't even know where to
Need
start.
to teach. Need to
You
teach.
know, so if you got a dream, like start your LLC, man. Put it on paper. You got to have articles of incorporation. You can't go to the bank and don't have your articles of incorporation. They won't even give you a bank account number. You can't say I got an LLC. I'm a Joe Doe LLC, and then you get to the bank and you ain't got articles of incorporation. You ain't got nothing in place showing
All right.
that you are a legitimate corporation and you trying to start a business, or you a limited liability company trying to start a legitimate business. A lot of people want to do business, but they don't want to do the work.
And
It takes work. In the beginning, it takes work. And like I said, it's hard. It's hard in the beginning, and it's expensive. It's expensive in the beginning. Even the tax liability, even, to be able to go to a CPA, now your tax preparation expenses go from, $200, $300 to like, $750 to maybe even $1,500, just because it can get difficult, you know.
Mhm.
Now you're talking about CPAs got to do K1s, they got to do 1120s, they got to transfer your K1s to your individual return, then your individual return got to go to a Schedule C, then your Schedule C got to go to your 1040, you know what I mean? So you got all these different things that got to take place, but you got to make sure you are in position. The key to this all is just making sure you're in position. But making sure you got a good
Mhm.
CPA, making sure you got somebody that can do your taxes for you, but also make sure you keeping books of these taxes.
That's always
So
important.
so what platform are you using? I normally try to use QuickBooks. QuickBooks keep up with all my books. It also, put my profit and loss statement in automation. You know, so my profit and loss statement automatically shows me what I did for the year, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And you also can keep up with all your profit and your losses. You can also keep up with your returns. You can also keep up with any loans, any liabilities. So,
Powerful.
so QuickBooks is like a miracle worker. So whoever don't got QuickBooks and you own a business, shame on you. Shame on
Shame
you.
on you.
You need to have QuickBooks. You need to be able to log in, record everything, all your transactions. You need to be able to take those transactions that save and be able to go into QuickBooks and add your CPA as an authorized user. And then your CPA can log in and do all your bookkeeping for you if you don't know how to do your bookkeeping.
Powerful, brother. Hey. And that's for a corporation. So it
Yeah.
ain't for a sole proprietor. That's a whole nother ball game. You don't have to do as much, but
Right. Well, sole proprietorship is a little different beast. Sole proprietorship is basically filed as a Schedule C.
mhm.
So with sole proprietorship,
That's
you
where
can
you
you
start.
can use the Excel file, you can use QuickBooks, but sole proprietorship don't take as much as it takes with a LLC and a C corp or a S corp.
Mhm.
So if you got a sole proprietorship, you most definitely
Working for yourself. Only you.
working for yourself. You can also claim yourself on your taxes. You can write yourself off. You can put yourself on payroll. You can write yourself off as payroll.
So that's a good
But
thing too.
with a sole proprietorship, you can't do that. So it's a lot of disadvantages with a sole proprietorship that you can't do with a C corp or a S corp.
So let us know in the comments if you are an entrepreneur, if you have a business, if you're listening, and this is some helpful information. Drop them some love in the chat. Drop them some love in the chat.
Love. Buddy love. Hey.
So if a person is on the fence and they like, I need to have everything together before I start this business, what advice do y'all have for them?
They need to jump out there. If they don't, they're gonna continue to feel like they need everything.
So I ain't gonna try to get too spiritual, but the first thing you gotta have is faith, man.
Yeah.
You gotta believe in God,
Definitely.
and you gotta trust God. God said, you can do everything in Christ with trust in you. That's Philippians 4:13. But like after you put God first, you gotta position yourself. You gotta educate yourself. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to educate themselves to be able to put themselves in the best position. A lot of people just want to dive out there just because they got a dream and then they want to base their dream off of a feeling. You can't base your dream off of a feeling. You got to be able to be confident, and you got to know what you're getting yourself into. Because guess what? Just like you got into a business that got sharks, it's other people that got into business that got sharks. And guess what? Those sharks will eat you. You know, you get into a business that you don't know nothing about, you got sharks that will eat you alive. And then you find yourself starting back over again, or you find yourself bankrupt, or you find yourself trying to figure it out all over again. Or you find yourself discouraged because you didn't take the time out to educate yourself. So I tell every business owner, every entrepreneur, everybody that's trying to do business to take the time out to educate yourself. Take the time out to network. Take the time out to network with Urban League, with Chamber of Commerce, with different local organizations within your community. Like, take the time out to go meet with these people because they might have opportunities that can help your business. But what we do is we try to do it on our own. But guess what? You can't do it by yourself. It is no iron team. And also you got to realize that it's important that you network with different people. And they got this saying that, hey, your network is your net worth.
Yeah, that's true though.
Your network is your net worth. Because the people that you know that can take you to the next level, guess what? They can take you to the next level if they educate you before you start that business.
But I think most entrepreneurs start by themselves.
Yep.
It's number one,
I
and they have to
agree.
depend on themselves and put their hard work in, stay up all night long working on it. You don't get the vacations and the private jets.
In
you
the
know,
beginning.
right? And you really can't solidify partnerships until other people believe in your dream and really see that you're doing it.
Right, right. And I think it's all about trust. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people don't have trust because a lot of people have been burned. Whether it have been, partner with somebody that then took money from them or partner with somebody that they thought was gonna go, forever with them and build a business and build a confidence of the business, or somebody that even said that, hey, I think I can find funding for the business, and then they end up not doing nothing at all. So I think that comes down to trust. A lot of
Snakes in the
people do
water
start
everywhere.
out by themselves because they got trust issues. But guess what? Business ain't for the entrepreneurs that got trust issues, because
No.
guess what? You're gonna need somebody, whether it's the bank, whether
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
somebody, a mentor that's already been there
You
before
gotta
you
trust
done it,
somebody.
and can kind of run you down the path without you making mistakes, or trusting somebody that's a friend that can give you advice that's financially savvy. But at the end of the day, you're gonna need somebody. You can't do it by yourself.
Faith without, you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is based off faith. 100% faith.
Yeah. So Josh, when you first started photography and you decided, hey, I'm gonna get a camera.
Yes.
Was that the faith that you talking about?
Absolutely, because you got to go ahead and throw all this money out and hope that you can get the business to make the profits of what you paid for. Photography is very expensive. All the stuff that you need, and you can always upgrade. Once you do once you get to a certain level, because all photographers have different eyes. So, it's a lot of people. Photography is considered God's work in a way. Everybody can't do photography. You got to have a gift for it.
So what made you want to get into?
High school, taking broadcasting, stuff like that, media classes. Like, I just knew it was something that I was, I love to do. I don't know, just like being here talking on this, it just feels normal. I don't feel scared or anything like that. It's just like you're on here giving your sight on certain things. So,
And so investments, a lot of people want to become investors, and a lot of people want people to invest into them, and some people are scared to take a
risk.
risk. What do you, Mr. Johnson, have to say? Well,
Many
Johnson.
risk.
Oh, y'all really want to hear my
Yeah.
So
I've been there with you, brother.
Hey,
you know?
hey, I'm gonna put everybody down on game, and you can listen to me or don't listen to me. I'm gonna make a lot of people rich. All right, right now we in the halving season, right? So that means crypto investments is the best thing you can invest in. I'm not talking about BTC, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at its all-time high right now. Right now, it's probably about at $63,000 coin.
Mm-hmm.
But you can invest in altcoins. Altcoins is at like a tenth, not even at 1 cent. So if you can own billions of dollars of that coin, you can become a millionaire during half season within the next 4 years. So what a lot of people try to do, a lot of people try to invest in stuff that's basically safe. Like no man on this earth
Like
have ever
401.
got rich with safe investments. You got to be willing to take a risk. If you Google Bank of America, if you Google all these major corporations, if you Google Capital One, a lot of these banks are starting to basically sponsor, if not sponsor, a lot of these banks are starting to bag digital currency.
Digital.
So digital currency is where we're going. That's the new era.
Is that Doge?
Like gold, it's the new era. Silver, commodities, it's the new era.
That's been around.
But what a lot of people believe in, a lot of people try to say, well, I'm just going to get on the stock market. I'm going to do ETF stocks. I do ETF stocks too. I do it all. But this is the problem with ETF stocks. ETF stocks is count on monetary dollar, which also counts on, the market moving to a certain point. And like you said, right now, digital currency is gonna surprise a lot of people. What are the odds of Apple just making a extraordinary climb from the price that it is now? For example, that's an ETF stock. What is the option of Amazon making an extraordinary climb from where it's at now, price? So a lot of people, I'm just saying, take a look at digital currency, like stay woke.
It's a question.
Like the same people that said BTC was not gonna ever do anything when it was at 1 cent. It's at $60,000+ a coin right now.
That's wild.
Stay woke. Stay woke at what's going on. Commodities, gold, silver, like all of this is what's rising in price. Look at the price of gold right now versus 5 years ago. It had broke an all-time high. Look at it. Look at it. You ain't got to listen to me. Don't listen to me. No matter of fact, don't listen to me.
Right here to listen
Log
to you,
online and see where gold is. And then also look at gold at the last 5 years. And you can see all the commodities is rising. It's rising at its all-time high. But what we doing is we constantly going to work. And we not even paying attention to what's really going on.
That's how we'll talk, brother.
Like all of our life can change if we actually pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's commodities, that's commodity trading, that's digital currency. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I gave y'all a hint.
And speaking of paying attention, there's so many people on here watching from She Trucking, and we know you in trucking. That's the big boss man right there. You know what I'm saying? And so for those who are either interested in getting in it or are nervous about the AI, the autonomous trucks and different things that's coming on, what's your thoughts on that? Let's just kind of touch on a little bit of trucking.
All right, so
And
trucking, man, that's deep. I've been in trucking since I was a little kid. My daddy was an owner operator. My daddy did trucking for 15 years. I started out doing his log books. Also started doing his bookkeeping, and also, started, managing his expenditures. But then I started my own fleet. I grew my fleet from one truck to almost 28 trucks. But like I said, trucking is its own beast. Trucking can have its ups and downs depending on the economy and also depending on, what you hauling. Some people got government freight, some people got refrigeration freight, some people got
Mhm.
freight out of the port, some people got containers they hauling. Like all of this depends on how much money you make, to be able to survive. But trucking is something that I think in the next 5 years can make a lot of people rich if you position yourself. Everything is about
About
positioning.
positioning. Yep.
So I'm gonna put y'all down on some dimes. I'm finna give y'all something free. I'm finna give y'all something free that y'all would actually have to go through, make the mistake, lose money, and then
Mhm.
start back over again. I'm about to give y'all the game right now.
before you do that, I would just want to say these are my brothers, y'all. Okay,
Hey.
so tonight I want to bring on my brothers, the
Yes,
people
sir.
who my sister,
Hey, we here.
my what is circle,
The circle.
my small. We always have to have this small circle of
Your
family.
vortex. Your vortex.
Yes, and this is my family. So he getting ready to give y'all these gems. Y'all like, share,
So
along
check
with it.
so check this out. Government freight is where it's at, hands down. So that means you need to be registered with SAMS.gov. You need to have a cage code. I'm gonna say that again. You need to have a cage code. You need to have a Duns and Bradstreet number. You also need to make sure that your personal credit and everything is good. But you also need to know that you understand literacy. You can be able to write a business proposal to the government stating, what, run that you expecting to, run. So a lot of times with government freight, you can log online and you can see what's available, but you also got to be able to write and let them know that, hey, I'm trying to propose for this freight for this amount, this dollar amount. I'm trying to propose to this freight. And then they're going to take a look at your company. They're going to take a look at your safety rating. They're going to take a look at your MC. They're going to see how big your company is. They're going to ask you for your insurance, all this stuff to see how much equipment you have. Just seeing if you can be able to handle whatever, grant or whatever government opportunity that they have available so that it's basically no room for mistakes. But government freight is where it's at. If you try to run off the broker boards, you're gonna go out of business.
And it's
Uh,
free to register for the government. You don't even
mm,
have to have a truck.
yeah, you don't have to have a truck. If you try to run off the broker board, you're gonna go out the business. I don't care if it's Landstar. I don't care if it's any other broker board. I don't care if it's Trucking Stop. You're gonna go out of business. You're gonna be out of business before the end of the year. And you're gonna be like, why the hell did I get in trucking? Now, excuse my French. But you guys gotta understand is you gotta come in this thing with a plan. Well, here's the thing. Most government business require that you have 2 years in business. Okay. So for those who trying to get into the trucking business, you gotta have some money. Okay.
And there's so many ways to get in. You can
Mm.
drive a truck, which is a professional driver. You can be a dispatcher. You
Mhm.
can be an owner operator where you own and drive the truck that you're
Yeah.
driving. You can be an investor and buy trucks and never get that CDL or drive that truck.
Mhm.
You got so many different positions that you can get into the
Right.
industry that I really, want to touch on. Like you said, you can just do government freight and contract freight out and not even touching the equipment.
Yeah,
That
you
sounds
can.
good.
You can. Like I said, you can be an investor. Like I said, you can also be an owner operator, which what she was saying, where you drive the truck and you kind of cutting your costs because you don't have to hire a driver. The average driver gonna make $1,000 or $1,500 a week. But if you driving a truck, you saving yourself $1,000 or $1,500 a week. But here's the thing: when your truck break down and you get hit with that $2,000, $3,000 costs, where are you at far as the freight that you got coming in that can be able to cover that cost? And a lot of people go out of business because they don't understand profit versus loss. Like they don't understand like being able to, cover those losses, during the first month and the second month and being able to make profit during the third month. So we got a lot of people that's smart that want to get in the truck bid. We got a lot of people that can drive. They probably can drive all over this country.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of people get in during the pandemic.
Mhm.
A lot of people got in. They thought you could make $1 million overnight, and a lot of people not even in it anymore too.
Mhm.
And so I always tell people, always be your own backup plan number one. As y'all know, I preach get that CDL because even no matter what, you can also haul freight. Let me say this: even if you don't have a CDL and you're just listening, you can haul freight in your car. You can haul freight in a SUV, in a pickup truck.
Mhm.
I saw something that said you can move freight on a bicycle,
Wow, that's major.
but definitely have a car or SUV.
Might
It
be
is
a
called
lot
a
easier.
carrier services. So it's carrier services in every area, and you can make money that way. But anyway, I just want to say, hey, y'all, to the She Trucking family. Thank you. I see y'all on here watching. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. And if you have any questions while we're on here, go ahead and post them in the comments. I got my brothers here
Yeah,
today.
please ask me questions. I got 20 plus years in the trucking industry, and I'm welcome to answer any questions for those who are inspiring to be an owner operator or inspiring to be a fleet owner. It takes a lot, but like I said, it all comes down to the positioning, man. Everything is position. What are you doing to get freight? What are you doing to get the freight in place before you buy the truck? Are you buying the truck before you got the freight?
Mm.
Are you buying the equipment before you got the freight? Are you basically signing up for a trucking and the LLC and the MC and don't got no freight? What I mean? But you trying to run off a broker board. Well, like, guess what? If you run off that broker board, guess what? You're going out of business. If right now you're running and you're running off the broker board, guess what? You're going out of business very soon. All it's going to take is a few breakdowns, and you will be going out of business. Welcome to corporate America. But but if you want to really learn trucking, you got to have contracts. You got to have dedicated freight. You got to have
You gotta
freight.
have relationships.
Yeah, you got to
You
have
gotta
relationships.
be able to talk to people and
Yeah.
be a people person and build
Mhm.
those relationships in trucking. And so it's so many people who are doing it's so many ways. We was talking about entrepreneurship earlier, and there's so many ways now that you can get money, whether it's driving an Uber or
Anyway,
there's so many different ways. Pick
Yeah.
something you passionate about doing
Yeah.
photography.
and try. Try it.
Just try.
And also, but also, I feel like this year it's also important to say, don't always just think you can. Don't just quit your job and go out. Keep that job and let it fund what that next vision is.
Was residual.
To have that residual
Mhm.
income. What you think about that?
Right. I mean, for me, I'm just gonna get personal. I don't care about telling my personal business because like God has really blessed me and showed me grace throughout my corporate career. But I'm gonna say this: having an 8 to 5 is not bad. Having an 8 to 5, and then also having passive income coming in at the same time is
But
great.
yeah, you want to fund your
But
dream.
you don't want to have a business that's paying all your bills, and then you left with zero,
Mhm.
and then you got nothing else coming in. But if you got a job that's
It
paying
pays the
your
bill
bills,
only, and you got
and
other
then
stuff.
the money from the business is going into the savings,
Mhm.
then now we talking business. Now
That's
we
right.
talking
You're making
business.
money.
That's right. That's right.
But a lot of people look at it different. A lot of people look at it as, hey, as long as I got financial freedom and I'm making money from the business to pay my bills, I'm in good shape. It's all about the extra. You got to be able to make extra.
So I think one of y'all in the military,
Oh yeah.
and
What you got to say about military?
and it may be someone who don't understand that they think you got to be 18 years old to serve your country, but
I joined when I was 36.
and you joined the reserve,
Navy. Yeah,
Navy
Navy
Reserve.
Reserve.
Elaborate on that, because it's so.
It's a
The reason
beautiful
I want
thing.
to talk about this is because I have a 25-year-old nephew, a 24,
Mhm.
18. I got from 0 all the way to 25.
Yeah, I'll say this. A lot of people look negatively on the military, but once I got in, I went to the other side, and it's a beautiful thing. But I will say, if you have a civilian career and you're just looking for extra income or something like that, the reserves is the way to go. Um, the Navy is awesome. I enjoy it. So I commend. I would say anyone that ever thought about doing it, they moved the age range up to I think 40 now for enlistment. And if you want to go as an officer, I think it's 45.
I got a couple months if I'm thinking about
Hey, you do. It'll get you back, and it'll get you mentally ready, physically.
So what
Yeah.
was that like? Like just
I mean, I liked it. I grew up playing sports and stuff, so it kind of like took me back to like being a part of a team or something. I have a competitive edge, so competing with them 18-year-olds was, I liked that, because I was showing them what them 80s babies do. So yeah, Navy Reserves, where to go.
So how often do you have to be engaged, and like what's the process?
Once a month. So once you go through boot camp,
How long is boot camp?
I think it was about 6 months. It's in Great Lakes, Illinois. And then you go to A school based off of the job that you get. Mine was about 4 weeks. And then, so in all, it was about 9 months, I would say I was away. And I came right back to my civilian job, and I just report to a NOS once a month until I have orders to go somewhere, which is about 2 weeks or something like that. So it's really not bad. Like I said, I enjoy it.
I saw some of the photos that you posted on social media, and it's
I recently went to Norway. That was awesome. I was there for 2 weeks, and when I was in Norway, I got to visit. What is a country right next to it? I can't think of it. But we was like Sweden. I got to go through Sweden, and I got to go through Finland. So being from Chattanooga, Tennessee, being in Norway and Sweden, and it wouldn't have happened if I didn't go to the military. So if you like to travel, do anything like that, I would say go for it for sure.
So how many years do you have to serve before you what is the retirement?
So it's 20 years for retirement. For reservists, it's based off points, but if you go active duty, it's 20 years. But yeah, it's 20 years. point related.
And then with this election that's going on,
Mhm.
I mean, and you're in the military.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts about all that?
You just have to have an open mind. You know, you don't know what's about to happen. You just got to be ready for it. But the military, teaches you on how to be resilient to what's going on. So. But I'm resilient before the military. I grew up in a military background, so it was kind of already distilled in me anyway. So I just wanted to kind of go and see what it felt like before I got too old. So yeah.
Well, everybody, they dropped so many gems tonight. Yeah.
Look at it.
Entrepreneurship. It was an entrepreneurship talk tonight. We had Warren and Josh dropping gems. If you like what you heard, like, share, and subscribe. Tell someone to tune in because they're going to be back.
We'll be back. We'll definitely be back.
Yes, sir. Tune in on the ones and twos, on the threes and fours.
Good night,
5,
everybody.
6, 7, 8. Maybe a 9 and 10 if you got that job.
Hey, good night, everyone.
Have a good night, y'all. Urban Chat Podcast Studio. Signing out.
Looking at this.